Hey everybody, and welcome back to Crypt Paints. I do have to apologize for the time delay. Um, I for some reason had it in my head that I was starting at 7. So I was just sitting there going, man, I'm way ahead of schedule. I'm ready to go. And Ty comes running in. He's like, baby, you almost ready? I'm like, yeah, what? Oh, crap. So we're here. Okay, so first things first, how is the music this time? I think we have everything working, but you should be able to hear me very clearly with music kind of nicely in the background, right? Hopefully. My Kool-Aid. I love orange Kool-Aid. Let us know if the music is too loud or not loud enough or anything like that, and we will get that adjusted for you guys. Again, sorry if it's not quite right, though. It's work in progress. Something I've been wanting to add for a little while. So tonight we are painting based on Alter the Stream from last week. Regina altered the stream and wanted me to paint a forest dragon. So here is the dragon. He's so cute. He's so pretty. I love him. But his wings are... Wait. I have it backwards. See, I did all that work. Thanks. So all I did was I literally took it outside and spray painted it all completely green because I decided to go with, well, did a kind of a random thing and had Ty help me decide something. He had no idea what he was deciding by picking numbers. So we are going with a summer theme. So I spray painted these all in green because they have all of these tiny little gaps in all of these beautiful little areas. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to get my paintbrush in every single little nook and cranny with these leaves. So I cheated. But anyway, I'm ready to start. Are you guys ready to start? Yay. We have, like I said, we've got the base coat down. And I have a whole bunch of, there we go. Ty's playing with my lights. We have a whole bunch of stuff, things and items to play with for his base itself, because he kind of sits just like this, but he's going to sit fairly far forward. I think I might do something a little like that, because his wings, yeah, I think we'll do them straight on like that, actually. I have the wing on the wrong side. No, that goes on that side. So his wings will go like this. That's how he will stand. He is, Regina. He is an amazing model, and I love him so much. And I am so glad that I'm painting him today. So I want to get this base looking not black. So what I'm going to do is start off with getting this kind of the things down that need to go down before I can actually do anything else. So I'm going to cheat a little bit, get a little bit of paint. It's not really cheating. Basically, kind of outlining, it's not quite much more like that. Kind of outlining with the paint where he's going to go, because I need to paint this log that he's standing on before I can glue it down. And really I need to... Okay, but you can hear me just fine, Regina, is that correct? Because on Sunday we had the music way too loud. I mean, I'd rather you guys barely hear it than have, you know, what happened last week, or I say last week, but on Sunday when I did the makeup, where you guys really couldn't hear me at all. So that was not fun for you guys. Perfect. Thank you, Regina. So I kind of just made myself a little outline of where I'm going to put that brown base, or the wooden base. I'm getting this thing all messed up with me. That way I can paint his base, and then I can glue this down and then add all the other little fiddly bits that I want to add. all of my brushes in my little tote. I hate that because I can't see what I'm looking for. It's really great to hold them. Like, I have a little plastic thing that I just put them all in, and those are mine. It works really, really well. But when I actually want to paint, I like them out on the table where I can see them much better. Oh. And since I'm going for a summery look, I'm going to base this in, what is this one called? German Red Brown. And I want it to be rich looking, you know? I know it's like a fallen down log, but I still want it to look alive. I can't quite read what that name is.
Stardew Valley?
Stardew Valley. I'm not sure what that is.
Sounds cool. Sounds familiar.
So Cora has so generously helped me today. I say today, but realistically, they're constantly helping me. And got all of the giveaway minis wrapped up and packaged and ready for shipping. Hang on a second. Well, let me get all of this coat on there, then I'll pick it up. So they are literally, we pick a winner and we grab it, put a label on it. Which, let's see. Regina, I actually was thinking the exact same thing whenever Ty said it last night. Because I literally just said pick a number 1 through 4. And actually what I told him to do was pick a number 1 or 2. And if he had picked number 1, I would have had him pick a region. And it was going to be basically 1 through 7. And that was going to be the continent that it was going to have to look like. You know, like it would be living there. But he picked number 2, which was pick a season. And then when he picked summer, because then I just told him 1 through 4, and he picked 3, which was summer. I was like, oh, thank God, because that would have been so hard to paint it, you know, to be winter. And then I immediately regretted that comment. I was like, wait, winter would have been so much fun to do. Kind of want to do winter now. And then I started going through all the seasons and what I would do for each one. And I really am thinking I probably will have a collection of them. I lost my train of thought of what I was saying before that. It really would be super cool. And especially because the dragon itself has like its heart, like it's a rock coming out of it for a heart. Like each one of those could be perfectly done for the season that we're on, you know? And it's funny because I'm painting summer today, but we actually had snow outside today. It was a light dot. I mean, it didn't even stick, but we had snow. I'm so happy. Okay, now I can set that down. Fix my fingerprint. Okay, so the giveaway boxes are packed up and ready to go.
The box of boxes.
The box of boxes. So they all look like this, and they have a number on them. So when we pick a winner, you'll tell us, I'll bring them all out, and tonight it's 1 through 20, but after that, you just randomly pick a number. Whatever number you pick, that's what we ship out. And I don't even know what's in them. Cora knows what's in each box, but that's it. And we did put a photo in Discord, if I remember right, baby?
Yes.
We put a picture in Discord of the potentials, and there are painted ones in there. So that should be a lot of fun. Paint off of there. So I did paint the dragon completely green as well, because I thought it'd be really cool to take the bark to brown, but then the underside of it stay that green color, and it'll really make it kind of stay summery, you know? While it's drying, I'll get the bark on these. A lot of bark to paint tonight. But that's okay. I definitely, it makes everything easier having the leaves all green already. I mean, they're not going to stay that perfect green, but that gives me a base color to work from. Now I don't have to feel so guilty whenever I go quiet. I can be quiet and there's nice subtle music in the background. And I'm literally just playing with this, waiting for the base for the dragon to dry some more so I can get to work, back to work on that base as well. I did add the information for altering the stream for next week into Discord. So there's plenty to go take a look at there. Do have a couple of little supports left, but that's okay. Almost. Can't believe I thought I was so far ahead. It's like just sitting in there, chilling, working on adding the stuff to Discord. I don't know why. It has to be because Gamers in the Unknown starts at 7. Just really was thinking I start at 7. Yes, Regina, there are a ton of options for next week. Basically, so it's the beginning, kind of the beginning of the month is when I get all of the new files from all of the people I have rights to sell to, or sell their prints, you know? Not sell to them, but you know what I mean. First of the month, I always get, or toward the beginning of the month, I always get the new set of files. So I got 4 sets of files. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I've had the Christmas ornaments forever. I think they were one of the first things that I bought to paint, or to print and paint when I had a printer. The first time I got, when I've got my first printer. And I've just never printed them. So I thought that might be, it's a good time of year to maybe try that out. Too loud. Way too loud.
It's normal loud. You just didn't like it.
This coming from the man who made me puncture a paint tube. We are lucky that the koi dragon survived it. That's all I got to say. You are lucky that survived. I would have been so upset if that had actually broken.
Oh, good news though. Beard Man Cam was not on.
I can now say that I won't jump from that. Didn't get you, huh? Alright. Squishy hands. I'm looking for my brow paints, which are all over here. That's awesome. See, I told you it's too loud. It hurt their ears.
Yes, you.
It's a little stiffer than I want. Hate it when my brushes don't want to behave. That's better. It's like so hard to see the difference because this one is so much closer, or so close to the color that's already down, but it is lighter.
Regina asks, how are your fingers?
They're still attached. I have a doctor's appointment on Thursday, guys.
Yay.
So we'll see. I'm kind of a little tired of it. That's kind of where I'm at. Basically, with this guy, there's going to be a whole lot of get the brown where the brown is supposed to be. And then it's a whole lot of dry brushing. But I have all kind of fun little things just from being crafty in general. I have all kind of different little random things around the house that will really go well with this base. And it'll just kind of really bring it to life. So I'm going to spend some time slamming some dry brushing on here, and then I'm going to move on to getting work on that base going. Because it's going to be fun. And I'll kind of go through each one of the things that I have and where I got it and things like that as I use them. How's your forest dragon coming along, Regina? Is this the same color I already used? It is, so I'm going to put it over there so I don't do that again. Where's my white? That's what I use. Uh-ohs. I think my white actually may be over there. At the, yeah. It's the bigger bottle like this. I see my black, but I don't see the white one. Oh, wait, I think we put it in Cora's stash. No, we did not.
Oh, these over there.
Yes, that's the one I need. Thank you. So we started getting Cora's colors together. We have a because Cora has the altered the stream where she can only use they can only use purple and white. So we started a little tub of colors for Cora. So I think that's fun. And as far as I mean, honestly, Regina, getting it cleaned up, that's half the work. And you should absolutely not be intimidated by them. Because you might feel more comfortable painting them and then attaching them just so that they're not in your way. But I wouldn't worry about messing anything up because it's your world and it can look how you want it to look. It's a lot less fun to have things let that stress get to you and stop you from doing something. Because, I mean, what's the worst case scenario if it doesn't look perfect? Well, then you just have a dragon that doesn't look perfect. Who really cares? It doesn't stop the world, and nobody's going to think less of you for it not being absolutely pristine. As long as you love it, it shouldn't matter. Because we're going to be our own worst critic in the first place. I look at something that I finished and I see all the little mistakes that I made and where I could have improved it and where I could have done better if I had done this instead. Other people look at it and go, oh my gosh, that's awesome. I'm like, yeah, but did you see this spot and this spot and this spot? And I'm like, well, no. Yeah, nobody else sees it. So. A smaller dragon that came in multiple pieces. I started putting it together and has been rough. I broke one piece and there are a lot of gaps to fill. Yeah, I am definitely a fan of printing in as few pieces as possible because you can spend a week gap filling and 5 minutes painting and you're like, seriously, what the hell? So it's definitely one of those things that I much prefer to print in as few pieces as I can, but not being the sculptor, sometimes I don't have that option. Like Cthulhu, I've printed and painted him 3 times, and the gaps don't get any less fun or, any more fun to fill, but they're always there, and I don't have an option to print him. I can print him to where his base is one piece, but he's still a bunch of pieces. So, and honestly, I find it much easier to work on larger pieces. Especially on stream, because some of these tiny pieces, you guys would not see anything that I'm doing. I just find it more fun to paint monsters. Or guardians, like this guy is. So I believe I can't quite read that. For some reason, it's like focusing for me is an issue. It's my eyeballs, though, not the screen. Regina says, this one was from Lord of the Print, and I didn't realize that he would come in so many pieces. Yes, Lord of the Print does tend to... Now, so that's actually one of the things that I really like that Lord of the Print does, is he will have... Here's a version of the entire thing in one piece. So if you have a printer large enough, you can do that. But he doesn't support or hollow out the models that are all solid pieces. And I printed one without realizing that it wasn't hollow. And yeah, it failed because my vat ran out of resin before it could finish printing.
Yikes.
That was a painful loss. But... That's one of the things that I really enjoy that he does is he does give that option to print, but most of his are. So they're not, they'd have to be in pieces anyway. Like I'm getting ready to print even the Tiamat that I have, that's one head version at 50% scale is still too large for me to currently print in one go. So, I don't know why you'd want Tiamat with one head in the first place, but, to each its own. The whole beauty of Tiamat is the 5-head thing. You don't have all 5 heads, you just got another dragon.
Just like the way it looks.
Well, he does still have 3 tails, so that's still pretty cool. Okay. So now... can still kind of see where I want that guy. I'm going to get my base ready.
Regina says, do you ever try to use the failed prints in some way? Are they even something that could be repurposed?
Sometimes, yes. So I have one that failed just recently that is the dragon, not dragon. I'm looking at a dragon, so I'm just going to say dragon. He is an angel that I've already painted him where he's standing and his wings come down and around him. One of his arms didn't print and one of his legs didn't print. And it's just a matter of something went wonky. Can't really always pinpoint what exactly happened. Because you can get a print that will work 5 times and then that 6th one, it fails. And you're like, well, there's absolutely nothing different. It just didn't feel like being a good boy today. That's all. But he is, other than missing an arm and a leg, he is perfectly fine. So I think Cora has claimed him, because that's usually what happens, is one of us will like, claimed, and we'll put it off to the side. Cora has claimed this one because she is going to, they are going to create it. I don't know why I'm struggling with that today. Create the arm is cut off about right here. And what they're going to do is make it look like lightning is coming out of that arm. And I forget what they said they were going to do with the leg. But yeah, there's plenty of times we repurpose things like that. Other times it's such a bad failure that it's just like, it's not even worth trying to figure something out. Like that one that failed. Oh, by the way, I'm using PVA glue and sand is all I'm doing right now. And all of the static is making the other light bits just go up to the edge. That's really funny. And I'm going to put a little bit of brown in here just to make it look more dirt-like and less sand-like. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where there's times where, yes, we can make it work, and other times that it's just, it's more effort than it's worth. That is wash. That is not what I need. There it is. I'm trying to think of another one that I just had fail. I don't have that many failures anymore, but sometimes I just get like this string of failures, and it's a little disheartening, but it happens. I mean, like, well, you guys saw the koi dragon that I did. The first base had that crack and that failure. Well, if I was doing that just for me, I would have used gap filler to fill that gap in and just created it, made another wave in that area. But I also knew that I was making that one for available for sale in our Ko-fi shop, so it needed to be proper. So the base that did fail, I did kind of have it basically ready. Base. So all I'm going to do with that is I've just got it sitting off to the side, and at some point I'm sure I will need big giant waves for something, and I'll use that for it. But there's actually a lot that I can take failed prints of. I had one that was like half the body didn't print. So I just washed it, cured it, set it off to the side, and now it's going to be a, not a corpse, but a bloodied body laying on the base of something. But that's usually what I end up doing, is it'll turn into a piece for the base. I'm just using PVA glue instead of super glue for this. Not that much though. And that's not how lid goes on. There it is. I am struggling, but it's okay. PVA glue is it's pretty much Elmer's glue. So it does dry as clear as Elmer's glue. It's just not much of an issue. And it holds really steady, really well, so. It just doesn't dry as quickly as super glue. Now see, if I'd thought about it, what I should have done was printed out a tiny little animal like a bunny or a squirrel or something and put it inside that hole. Was a great place for that. Add a couple of drops of this red, because that's still a little sandy looking to me. Yeah, actually, that's Regina. That's the reason we have PVA glue, is because of bookbinding. And then I realized how universal it is, so I just make sure I always have some in stock. It's usually what I use. I buy a fairly big bottle of it. It's usually what I use for almost all of my base work, with the exception of I'm finalizing something and I need it to glue down and be done quickly. Then I'll go to my super glue. Words.
It's Monday again.
Is it? It's not Monday. God damn.
I said again.
See, you said again, and all I heard was crap. All right. I may need a new glove after this. I'm not positive. And this is just, I have woodwork or wooden clay tools, and that's all this is.
Everything's okay here.
Yeah, those are fine. I want to be careful around the base. Perfect, thank you. The log, I should say, rather than the base, so that's a little more clear. But I also, I mean, it's the woods. This does not need to be perfect in any kind of manner, but I also don't want this sunken down in the mud completely either. And one of the things I really like to focus in on is making sure, adjust myself here, making sure that my rims stay clean. It's just nice to have that finish, which usually doesn't happen. I usually get something on it, like I'm about to. No, go away. But what I'll end up doing is putting all of this down as my floor, and then I'll add stuff, because this is, and that's one of the reasons I like the PVA glues, because it doesn't set up quickly. I can just continually add things directly to it without needing any other glue. And I'm going to go sideways so I can see underneath. I tried my hand at making journals and using bookbinding, and I was sewing the pages in, and it was one of those things. I could not find my drink. It's one of those things I enjoy doing it, but it was like the amount of time that it would take me to do. It was just not something that I could actually do and sell and make a profit, because it's like, Ty's playing with cameras and distracting me.
Sorry.
But it was not something that I could make a profit on, considering how long it took me to make one book. But I did enjoy doing it. I do have a few of my books laying around for me to use. What are you messing with?
Oh, too much.
Ah.
I'm sorry. I just had to get this in a better place. I've been saying I was going to do it for a long time.
Gotcha.
Of course, the perfect time to work on this is during the stream, right?
Well, no, it is, because you're stuck sitting here with me, and you've got nothing really to do, and it can get boring.
Well, I appreciate you making excuses for me.
Q-tip for the win. I don't know about you guys, but right now I'm looking at the mud and it's looking like, what do you call it? Cinnamon, like the cinnamon mixture you make for putting in cinnamon rolls. Now I want to go make cinnamon rolls. If I make cinnamon rolls as a snack tonight, will you eat some with me?
Do I usually say no when you end a sentence and will you eat?
Started the sentence with that, not ended.
See, all I heard was that. Yeah, sure.
I could make cinnamon roll waffles, or do you just want regular cinnamon rolls? Cinnamon roll waffles are legit like the best waffles ever. Completely failed that one.
All kinds of making a mess here.
It's okay. I'm doing something extremely boring, so it's fine. But I'm kind of switching up a little bit because normally I have the base like really done and over with or pretty freaking close to. And I never really build my bases in front of you guys. So I'm switching it up so you can see this part.
Is that code for we're too busy right now to get things done ahead of time?
No, it's actually more along the lines of this may not be extremely interesting, but it's kind of more interesting than watching me dry brush 15 different colors on the dragon. So if I don't finish, I think this is more interesting than watching me dry brush the dragon. Because at least, you know, it may not be interesting every single time, but at least it's interesting to see once or twice on how I do things like this. Did you just put it back where it was?
Yeah.
Aww.
I need another one of those extenders is the problem.
Mm.
So that I can eventually place this somewhere where people aren't all looking at this.
Well, as long as your nose is clean, I think it's fine.
Well, it's not. So I'm going to sit here like this the rest of the evening.
Just go check. And I know I just completely went off camera, but you might be able to see me on the other camera, but I actually can't see what I'm doing unless I pick it up. And there's a whole bunch of wet glue. So I don't want to pick it up. That's what happened if you were watching the Gamers in the Unknown. That's what happened with, which one was that? That was Slenderman's base.
Oh, where it slipped off, you said?
Yeah, I mean, I was working so hard on that base, and I had this going and that going and this going, and then I picked up the base to paint on the underside of something, and I was very carefully doing it, and the whole thing just went flop. I'm like, oh, you're kidding me.
Made for a good video.
Tech Free Cinnamon. Yes, it does look like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, like I completely missed a whole bunch of conversation happening. I'm so sorry.
Building a diorama. Regina says, when building a diorama, what is your general process? I have an idea, but not quite sure how to start. Bookbinding is hard to make a profit from. I see chocolate milkshake. So I guess building a diorama. What's your general process?
So, realistically speaking, I start from the ground up because this is the most fun part for me. This is where you can take... Oh, thank you!
Thank you. That's
on Ko-fi, and that's Sunbaran. Thank you, Sunbaran. So, realistically, this is my favorite part, is basing. And I don't eat chocolate milkshakes, so no.
I do.
Damn it! No laughing while I'm putting sand.
Guys, don't listen to her. You can laugh all you want.
Yeah, you guys can't. I can't. It's like eyeballs. So my process is that I start from the base up. Because if I have a very certain theme that I want to stick to there's this little fly flying around my face right now. And I get the base wrong, then I can fix it and we work it and do all of that stuff. But if I've got the mini done and put the mini down and start working on the base around it, mistakes have been made. I get too anxious and too excited to go ahead and put the mini down as soon as I have the base somewhat done. So I just find it works better for me to start with the base. Not to mention, while a bunch of this, I need to get this into that little gappy area, so I'm going to have to duck down again. Being able to get all the base work done, or to a point where, like this, the glue, this particular glue, and which, Regina, you would know from working with bookbinding, needs a while to cure up completely. So getting all of this stuff done allows me to let it set to a point where this is all working like I'm doing tonight. It's all working and doing all the things it needs to do while I'm working on the miniature. So I don't feel like stuck and I desperately want to work on this and I want to work on this, but I can't touch it. So I think the best method is whatever you feel is going to take you a while and then have to set for a while. That's probably what you should get done first. And you'd be amazed the things that will work on the floor for a diorama. I mean, there's just like, so tonight what we have is like literal sand. That's it. Oops, hit my light. These are little puff balls. I think I got these at, I don't know, Walmart or something in the crafting area. And they were on clearance for $1.49. And it's Tiny Treasures mini flowers. That's all it is. It's what it looks like and what it feels like is someone took green, different shades of green and red sponge, like dish sponge, and just shredded it into these tiny little balls. But these make wonderful flowers. I have the exact same thing in yellows, whites, and greens. These are a bundle of flowers from Michael's, where the flowers you get are all way too big, but the beads that are on there are perfect size for miniatures for flowers and for little random floral things. Now, the thing that I just got, what if you want to make a full scene? You'd have to give me a little bit more direction on that one for me to answer that. But this is the thing that I just got on Amazon. Damn it, focus. It's a leaf punch with 4 little leaves, different shaped leaves. And I literally just went out in my yard and got leaves and started crunching them or punching them. So now I have leaf litter.
So I wasn't paying attention to YouTube. My apologies. I'm watching both texts now. So Mirren says, "Oh, I love base building. That looks like chocolate pudding. You have a rubber duck goal."
Yay!
Mentioning the Ko-Fi.
The Ko-Fi shop has now reached its first goal of having enough money to buy a bunch of rubber duckies to put into every package that gets miniatures shipped out. And I will not be explaining that. They're just going to get a rubber
People
duck.
have to come hang out on the stream to figure it out.
Yep. So that's totally awesome. Thank you, Sunbaran.
Yeah, Ko-Fi says, "Well done. Reached your Ko-Fi goal."
I'm going to take a drink of air.
A drink of air?
I'm going to take a drink over here.
Oh.
And Damage Micro, I thought that was going somewhere else, LOL. I'm so confused. Okay. So that is done. I have rocks. These are my rocks. These are not my rocks. Ty, you have to go on a rock hunt.
Rock hunt.
Yes, go on a rock hunt. Over there, I have rocks that are in a little tray, like this.
Okay.
And it's in one of the bottom drawers.
You have more than one with rocks?
Yes, Ty. No, actually, well, I mean, yes, I do want to get revenge on you, damaged microbe, but no, I'm actually going to infect the world with rubber ducks is my goal. Oh yeah, this one will be nice. So one of the other things I did is we love going to rock shops, and I want some different ones too. I got a geode and crunched the ever-living crap out of it into smaller bits. So now I can use crystals in my bases. And some of these, once the PVA dries, some of these might come up, but it's really not a big deal to then grab it and put it back down with super glue. Give a little shine under there. You know, I think I'm going to do my grass first. No, I figured it's more fun to infect the entire universe with rubber ducks than to get revenge on just one person. And hopefully it'll get paid forward and, you know, they'll realize that they need to come get revenge on you as well. Perfect. Don't want those. Yes, I want those. No, and no.
You don't like anything.
No, I don't. Let me see what I got here. Yes, because this is just moss. And I'm literally taking my grass, pinching it, and then I'm tapping it on the base itself. There's context if they find the stream or pass it. Yes, there is, Regina. And actually, in every shipment that I send out, I also have a flyer where they can find the stream. So there's ways for them to find out the information that they need or could possibly just want. But it's still just really fun. And I'm kind of tapping it down and pushing it in. I don't want it to be like complete coverage. Are you over there, like, gurring?
Sorry?
I'm trying to figure out if there's a whirring sound from the music or if you're over there going, because you can't find what I need. That'll work. Oh, nope, it's the music. Nope. Nope. I'll play with these. I also found some other stuff that is just random things to put on foresty ground. Some of them are a little more expensive than what I would normally like to spend. But it's also one of those, I have to look at it going, okay, yes, that's $14, but realistically it's going to last me 5 years, so it's okay. Yes, I'm good. Thank you for finding me more toys. Had I realized what time it was, I would have already been getting up and bringing those toys over for myself. Hey, my Alter the Stream did not make a noise.
I don't think that those do make a noise.
Yeah, but we need to figure out a way to... Well, no, I mean, like, I don't even see on there.
It's right here.
Oh, okay.
I was on the other screen so I could also see you too.
Gotcha. Oh, and Regina has Can you read that out for me? For her idea.
Gina's idea. Portal doorway scene with the frame for the doorway. On one side, an unsuspecting human from our world. And on the other side, the fantasy world, which is a bit darker. The upside down.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna think about that for a minute. So, Sunbaran, how are you altering the stream? Are you you're the first person, I believe, to use it, so you are picking what group I am picking from. So, the choices are kind of fun. They're all listed in Discord. But I can also go through them if you would like me to. I'm kind of half distracted with the portal. So one of my favorite things to use for the base is at Walmart in the crafting section, they have those wooden frames you hang up on the wall. But they make really good large bases, especially for like a diorama. That's where I would start with that. Stupid little fly is back.
Sunbaran says, I'm picking the ornaments.
Okay.
I looked on Ko-fi.
I figured you had seen him on Ko-fi. So we're going to be painting ornaments tomorrow, next. Whenever the thing is, that's when I'll be doing the thing. So the next, I will be doing more than one. I think I will be doing 2. I might do 3. I'm not sure. I think 3 might be pushing painting it. So the next person to use their points for alter the stream will get to pick the 2 that I'm going to paint. Potentially 3, but you'll pick 2 and give me an alternate in case I feel like I could get it done. How's that sound? So, let's see. I think that's what I would do for the portal idea, is I would get one of those frames to be my base. And then I would, let's see, let me read it again. Portal doorway scene from a frame for the doorway. One side. So you're saying like literally you're looking through and seeing this, or do you mean like here's your doorway and half the scene is this and half the scene is that? Because I think that would be easier to accomplish. I'm sorry, I gotta get a drink. Damn, that's really bugging me. Wish I had coffee. Usually it's a good idea to have something underneath you when you're doing doing this stuff. Thank you for the bit, Sunbaran. It did startle me. You scared me with bits. You did. You scared me with bits. If I had had something underneath me, I'd be able to just kind of sweep up this grass because it is like static grass, so yucky. But as you can see, really quickly, we've got a foresty floor that's kind of patchworky grass, which is accurate. I'm not going to turn it. I'm just going to use my Q-tip to kind of clean up edges a little bit. Get my grass closed up and moved way the hell away from me, because no. Not going to spill that. I mean, I will spill that. But that's why I want it way the hell away from me. So, I don't really like... You know what? This would actually look really good. So this is just more like... I swear it looks like sponge torn up. And it looks like moss and things like that. I'm going to kind of... Because this one's a darker color, I'm going to kind of stuff it in that gap. I'm just kind of shoving down to make sure it goes into the glue that we've got. And it's not. Okay.
Damage Microbe says, hey, I forgot, is there anything in particular we need to do to enter? Yeah, whenever we do the drawing, I'll announce what the text is going to be, but it will be, again, where you enter the text into the chat, and we'll wait a little while and give everybody a chance to enter for that. Yeah, it's pretty much that simple.
The text tonight will be Rumpelstiltskin provided me with a free mini from Crypt Monkey Paints.
It will not be that. I have to type it in. It's not even going to be Rumpelstiltskin. Not any of that other stuff either.
I'm still waiting. Okay, sorry, I missed I was waiting for Regina to answer me I missed that she already did. So yeah, I would start off with one of those frames. And then I would put my doorway in the center. I would probably get some, like, unless you already have a doorway, I would probably build one using popsicle sticks and things like that from the crafting section as well. You'd be amazed how you can make those things look. Oh, you know what would be even really cool is, like, one side of the door is, let's see, one side was fantasy, right? And one side was kind of real world, if I remember right. Yeah. I wouldn't know if that was right or wrong, so it's fine. It might even be really fun to, like, take the doorway and glue on my fingers. Like, this half is the fantasy half, right? So this side of the door would be normal looking, like a very standard American house door, right? And then this side is the real world looking into the fantasy side. So this side would be a very ornate, fanciful door. Would be, like, really cool to kind of even flip those two things. Am I kind of giving you the start ideas that you were looking for, Regina, or am I just completely off the rails and telling, going, I don't know, off the rails is the word I'm looking. I don't know, whatever. I did get a little bit more glue and just put it on my paint palette. So you'll see me over here. I'll pick out a piece that I like and I'll just kind of dip it in my glue. And then I set it in where I like it.
Regina says, I found a fun frame to use, but don't remember if there's a lot of back material. I might have to build up a bit.
So one of the things that I usually end up doing is reversing. Like, when I get those wooden frames, I literally flip it because it's got the ledge that I can use to where I can kind of fill in that and make it all kind of a level piece. But yeah, if you have a frame that you like, then just go from there. But, I mean, just having clay, random wooden pieces, and paints. The only other thing that I sometimes use is foam. And there's specific kinds of foam that handle being pushed on a lot versus, they'll crumble, that sort of thing. You want to, make sure you have the right one for the effect that you're wanting. Okay. I think I want to do...
Who did that?
You did, you asshole.
Everybody else is saving their.
I know. Regina, yes, it's one of the things that I like to do is I do kind of sketch it out what I might want to do, and then once I have that, just kind of like what you saw me do with this mini, is I put this down and kind of placed everything where I wanted it, and then I just kind of did a little sketch on the actual base so that I didn't put anything where I didn't want it. I wanted to make sure that I didn't put, my milkshake on where the piece for him was going to go, because that would be a nightmare to actually get that to go down and stay down. This is not working very well. This is so small that it's not letting me pick it up once I've got it in the glue. So I'm just going to make a bunch. Toothpicks. Lots and lots of toothpicks and Q-tips. Super, super helpful. Move, milkshake.
I will mention something else about the giveaway. Actually, is the giveaway is only going to be taken from the Twitch side. That's where Nightbot is going to go pick a winner from. So if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to go enter on Twitch, please.
Yes.
Also, please follow. You need to be following as well.
So,
if you have not yet done so.
We are building up to that big 100 giveaway, or 100 follower giveaway.
Yeah, our bar is actually 2 behind. I think we're actually at 74. So 6 more people and we'll be voting.
Yes.
For that biggie.
For the biggie.
Biggie.
For those of you who don't know, when I do this, it means I'm lost something. I'm looking for something. So don't think I'm I am weird, but not completely like insane. Well, it's besides the point is really what it is. But I do it like, I've done it so much in my life that the kids will actually, if they see me walking around the house doing this, they'll start looking down to figure out what the hell I'm looking for, because they know there's something that's supposed to be in my hand and it's missing from my hand.
Not me though. I start shrugging.
He's not going to find it anyway. Ty is definitely one of those people that you're like, hey, I can't find my shoes. I don't see them.
I am not.
To be fair.
That is a bold-faced lie.
To be fair, it is completely possible that my shoes are on the roof. I don't know why, but they could be there. So basically, I just made a bundle of glue and those other ones that are kind of like yellow and white, and it should end up looking, once it's dry, like a little bundle of white and yellow flowers. And there's, it's literally a ball of glue and little fluff balls. They do sell flowers for miniatures, but that is really expensive. I bought one. I probably won't do that again. They are really beautiful. I don't seem to have them in my tray, though. Cora would know exactly where they are. Oh, found them. So, I get this. And it's like a lot. It's like over $10. I think it was like $14 to get this. Although right now, like, everything seems to be $14. But as you can see, I've got a few bundles left. So that doesn't go very far on a base this size. So I tend to clip them and do things like that, because that's a lot. But they are quite lovely. Now what you could do is take one of these bundles of grass. Let's test it out. I'm going to dip the tips of the grass in the glue. See if I can make my own. I like the white ones better. They look more summery to me than the red. The red makes me think of Christmas. Okay, that works. And the grass is cheaper. The purple is still quite lovely, but Regina, keep in mind too that you can absolutely message me in Discord, and we can jabber. You can show me pictures of what you're thinking. We can absolutely like go through and figure out what to do and how you want to do it and everything else. I am absolutely here to help. And I love dioramas. I've done 3 now. Well, 1.5. 2. Because 2 of them are halfway done. And then 1 is completely done. Oh. So that's not really my fault because Cora and I are working together on that one. So Cora didn't finish their job either.
You misunderstood and thought I was throwing you under the bus. I was just saying, are you including that?
No, I forgot that one actually.
I'm going to grab it so everybody can see that.
So I definitely like having the tweezers, but I also use my Q-tip or my toothpicks to kind of shove things down so that I can kind of get that glue. Ah, you see? It doesn't want to work. That's why having extra glue is nice. Basically, we got done what we got done on the stream, and then we set it down over his desk on the shelf, and we haven't touched it since.
The werewolf dragon.
But you can see why, like, all these little fiddly bits, you could see why I could spend days doing this. It's so much fun to me. A little bit. Dump a whole bunch on there. What sticks, and what doesn't will come off. But these look like little yellow flowers popping through the grass. Go away. What are you giggling about over there?
Regina saying the number keeps changing. Poor boy.
Well, it's realistically, it's because I really enjoy doing them. So, and especially when I'm doing, that might be the easiest way to do this. Especially when working on a competition piece, I definitely like to make a very elaborate base. Because brownie points. So all I did was put a dab of glue. Put a dot of glue. Just a dot, not a lot.
Just a dot, not a lot.
And then I'm dumping it and kind of poking it into the glue.
That's usually reserved for in Cora streams, but
yes.
There you go. For those of you that don't know or just hopped on, as Dawn was mentioning earlier in Discord on our Alter the Streams channel, you have options on there, and if you decide to spend 2,000 channel points to alter the stream, that's where you'll find those options that are available to you. And just before streaming, Dawn puts her options up. Or they'll be streaming tomorrow, and just before they stream, they'll put their options up. That's how to alter the streams.
Yeesh. So tonight's first point spender got to pick what group I pick from next week. And
ornaments,
which is Sunbrand used their points, and I will be painting Christmas ornaments for the tree. So I will pick what I will paint from that group unless someone else spends more or spends their points, then they can pick 2 with an alternate third of what I will paint. And then let's see, I'm done with this. So relatively quickly, I should say relatively, for me, that was a quick base. Because I literally could spend hours just doing the base. Because it's so much fun. But we have a foresty base. With things getting knocked off of it because I'm not being careful. Come over here, get a little bit more glue. And this is why I use toothpicks. The only other thing that I feel like this is missing, because it is the forest, it is missing mushrooms. But if I was doing that, then this would be all we would get done today, which is totally fine. But that's not the point of today. The point of today is to get to this dragon. So I am going to move on to the dragon. I'm going to call my base good and beautiful. And I'm very carefully trying to get loose one of my things so I can wipe my stick down here.
Regina's mushrooms.
Yes, I love making mushrooms, and they're so freaking easy. It's insane how awesome they are and how easy they are. Especially I don't know names of mushrooms, but especially the ones that grow on the side of a log. It's literally take a piece of clay and I did not get anything there. Squish it flat and then use toothpicks to kind of lay it on the side of the log and let it dry. That's it. Done. It's just that simple. If this was thicker. You know what? I'm going to leave this, the rest of our milkshake sitting up here. And as it thickens, it may get to the right consistency and I can maybe try to make a mushroom or 2 out of that. Okay. So now, use my flowers.
Sunbaron says, I love the base, and you're right.
But you can see there's 2 little holes right there. So he's going to sit just like that. So I am going to take this and I'm going to hand it off to my wonderful husband, who will get it the hell away from me. So I will stop, and also so that I don't knock it over and hit it and stuff like that. It can go straight. It can go over to the other desk.
Who did that?
Tech Priest, I could kill you right now.
Oh.
He almost dropped that base that we have now spent an hour making. You guys would have been just so disappointed because he would have just gone on a flat base and that's it, done. No, he wouldn't have because he's too awesome. Okay, so now I need to get the brown to brown. And remember that that's not white paint. You definitely remember that's not white paint. Shelf mushrooms, yes. Fuck's sake!
I saw it coming this time.
Okay, there. That's safe. That's done. We'll set that off to the side. And we're going to go back to Browns's. Just technically, it is called German Red Brown. And it is a primer, but it's, I don't really care that it's a primer. It's an awesome color. And it doesn't go on super thick anyway. Who were we watching that was using this one?
That was Mechanical Frog.
Mechanical
who is
Frog.
sometimes over here too. And are you guys? Did y'all know each other from Mordor stuff? Maybe.
I honestly I don't remember at this point. There are so many goblins in the army that I lose track of who's who.
So Mechanical Frog hangs out with us sometimes, and he paints. He streams and paints on YouTube. He's very good too.
Yes. But he was using this color for a mech, I believe, that he was working on.
Oh, those robots.
Yeah, and
Those are so cool.
it was just awesome. I'm like, oh my god, what is that color? Because I need it. It's just a really good red-brown. That it's just a really super rich color that you can see goes on really, really well.
So this is the first Tuesday back with some changes. So
Yes.
hey, we've got more people, so I guess the music is okay. Hopefully everybody is enjoying the new layout, the new overlay as
Yes.
well.
I am. I love it. And I hope you guys like it. But I am in love with it. So even if you guys absolutely despise it, I mean, we'll change it. I'll be sad.
We'll change it. I'm happy to have our colors in there now.
Yes.
Some of our colors. It's not really black, but they're
I like it. The only other thing that I want to do is get... I still need to work on it, and I need to sit down and do it one day. I want to take our monkey and have him biting into some paintbrushes. So that we have our Crypt Monkey, but we also have a Crypt Monkey Paints logo.
Yeah, I could probably take those two images together and do some animation in After Effects with those two as well. A little stinger or something.
Or you could work on the stuff that you need to work on for your stream and not be so stressed out about getting all of my stuff perfect.
Well, I mean, I feel like I almost kind of worked on me and Jake's stream today by getting that new audio cable. It's actually 2 audio cables, Jake. Yay! Which is why when somebody tells me something's terribly wrong, the music is working.
Is the winner from last night here? Lashi.
Lushy?
I can't remember how to say the name. I'm sorry.
Lashiku Games. And maybe hang out. So
Thank you for the 12 bits. Well, just in case you are on, I know you won the mini last night and the doodle that I did for behind the mini while I was painting. But we got all of our packages ready and put a note. Thank you for the bit, son, Bran.
because there was snow, they say.
We got all of our packages ready and we put a note saying, please come to the door to get the packages. And they just picked up the letters or the ones that fit in the mailbox, but they didn't actually come up to the door. So all of the minis that were supposed to go out today are now sitting by my front door because they ran so late that we didn't even realize. And thank you for the bits again.
Yeah.
Not ignoring that. They ran so late that by the time that we realized that they had run was 6:30, which the post office closes at 6. So first thing in the morning, I will be running packages over, which includes your winner from last night.
Continuing about the snow, Sunburn says, but not now. Everybody was disappointed here, except for me, when the snow stopped.
I literally got on the phone to Sunburn and I'm like, it's snowing.
And Sunburn also says, nope, it's great. Don't change it with regards to the layout.
I know, it looks so pretty, doesn't it?
We have more scenes to work on here, but we should be able to get those relatively soon. We got the 3 main ones we have to have. Well, actually, we got 2.5 of the 3 done. I need to do some more work for the starting soon, I guess.
So I was thinking that because it's summertime, that his his stone, his gem right here, I'm thinking like yellow and orange because, you know, like the sun. What do you guys think?
Someone says, and I killed another pot of coffee enjoying the snow.
Oh, I want coffee. That's the one sucky thing about Isabella not living here anymore. Nobody's here to make coffee for me.
And one of the scenes I haven't worked on yet is being right. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Taking a break. So no coffee for you. Gamer James says crystal gems.
Welcome for... Wait, I'll get this because words just... Thank you, Gamer Jam, for chatting for the first time. I appreciate that. And thank you for joining the show. So, like, yellow and orange sounds cool, but you're saying crystal gem.
No, you're mixing up two people, though.
No, I know. Gamer Jam said crystal gem. So
Okay.
when you say crystal gem, do you mean like white? Or are you like the crystals that I put in his base? Or, you know, that's what I'm like clarifying. Because I think that would be pretty cool too. This is not exactly dry brushing because it is fairly wet on my brush. Because I do want a pretty good coating, but I want to keep it to where, like, looking at it from front on, you see the brown, but when you look from the underside of the scales, you still see that green.
Gamer Jam was referencing Steven Universe. Oh, they each have the gems, and I've watched it a few times.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. That, like, it's in their belly button or something like that, isn't it? Or is it up higher? I can't remember. I know what you're talking about, though.
Chest, but maybe the kid's is in his belly button. Remember?
I don't remember.
Regina says, "Yay for Steven Universe reference." Yeah, I've watched that a couple of times, but I haven't seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen it enough to catch the reference right away. Now, if it had been a Ghosts reference, I'd have gotten that because I get that in my sleep.
Ghosts.
That's what I said.
Oh, I just say Ghost. Everybody thinks you're talking about the Patrick Swayze movie. No. Ghosts, the BBC comedy series. It's funny.
It's hilarious, and Ty's actually tired of watching it.
Well, we've watched it a lot in a relatively short amount of time. But I never cease to smile when somebody says, "Guerrilla warfare." Guerrilla always win.
Sorry.
Oh.
Or the bear. The bear saw him once. The bear was like, "Roar!" And I was like, "Roar! Roar! Roar!" And he was like, "Ah! Roar!" I'd be there.
For anybody who hasn't seen it yet, you just look mad.
That's okay. I fucking love that show.
Oh, Regina says each character is a different placement.
Okay, that makes sense then, because I'm picturing like a person having it in the chest and in the belly button, so I was like, okay, I must be remembering it wrong somehow, and that makes a lot more sense now. Okay, so I think I will go yellow and oranges on his gem. Just to bring home the summer feel of it. Oh, and Sunbaran, I printed out the cutest owl ever today. And when I was printing it, I only needed one. I printed 4 because I was terrified I would lose it. Don't think I can even show it on camera. But if my wonderful husband wanted to go find it.
Find what? I'm sorry.
My owl. On the packing desk, there is a fawn and an owl.
Okay.
The owl looks like a piece of resin sitting off to the side.
Okay.
But I'm imagining, I know Subran, but I'm imagining that, and Cora was doing the same thing. Printing it a lot bigger would be kind of awesome. Ty's going to go try to find it. I don't think you'll be able to even see it though, honestly. It's so freaking tiny. Ow. 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 Trying to make sure I stay in the direction of that particular scale, just so that I am constantly hitting the... Thank you, Sunburn, for the bits. So I'm constantly hitting the upper side of the scale and keeping the green on the underside. Did you find him? Yes. Here is the itty bitty baby owl. Let's see.
Someone says yes, and he can sit on my ship. The monster.
The monster ship. But to me, it's like the perfect labyrinth owl, because he's got his wings like this. It's like Jareth is flying into the window right now. Focus.
Do you want me to?
Yes, I'll hold it for a second because it's worth it. Okay. Bear with us while he focuses on the itty bitty baby owl that is like so minute and tiny that I printed extra because I was terrified I would lose it in the big general fluff of stuff.
Well, you can zoom in.
How
He's
flippin'
tiny.
cute is that?
Yeah.
I know it's hard to tell because of the gloves, but my fingernail is up here. That's the end of my fingernail.
It is tiny.
So, like, stupid little fly, go away. Oh, that's what I'm doing. Since he's an extra owl, I'm going to paint him, and he's going to live on the antler of the dragon.
Someone says he's so tiny. Regina says so cute.
Yes. So he is actually made to go with a fawn. And the fawn is, I think he sits on the arm of the fawn, but I don't remember for sure exactly where he
Did you want me
sits.
to get that too?
No, you don't have to. But yeah, so I have an extra one, so I'm going to paint him, and he's going to be installed on the antler of the dragon. And I know that I'm painting this in like daylight colors, and well, owls are nocturnal, but it's my world and I can do what I want.
Samir was saying about the owl. If you paint him, he can live with this dragon on the log. I think that was just before you were talking about.
Yeah, okay. On the log, or in the log, or on the antler. You guys decide. I am totally happy with any of those. Well, honestly, you can just call it out however, wherever you want me to put him, and the most votes wins. Ty, you're in charge of counting those.
There are things I can do.
Ow, he is spiky. Alright, what time is it, too? 8:16? Okay.
Regina says antler, horn.
It honestly, it looks like an antler. I know it's a horn, but it looks like an antler.
Sunbaron says either way is cool. I am gonna try. Okay, I know it's not Sunday. We're gonna try this.
clippers. Found a little random support left in there.
Let's see. The options were antler on top of on log.
On the log or in the log. Because he could
Right.
be, tucked in. Sleep.
See if I'm doing this all kinds of wrong for the very first time. It won't be the first time I've done things all kinds of wrong. Hey, that looks like
that's
we
cool.
can do a poll.
I like that. All right. See, I think it's kind of hard to tell. But now that I've got a little bit of different colors happening here, you can kind of see right up here, he's got like extra little horns. So it makes it look like this is kind of an antler, because you know how the antlers have the big elaborate one, but then they have the little bit of baby ones happening too.
So I think you guys can just click on that. Everything works fine.
Hey guys, push buttons and see if it crashes us. If it does, we'll come back. Just refresh and wait for us, because we're going to do the drawing really, really soon.
I don't think it crashes. It just,
Yeah, let's be.
works. Do you see a boat? It's like it's not counting. I thought I clicked on. Wait, let's do this. I'm supposed to be able to use this command. It's still showing 0 for all of them. Don't know.
No. Oh well. It's another on the to-do list. Realistically, we really should get that working, right? Because there's a lot of times that me and Cora both are like, hey, I don't know, what do you guys want to do? All right. Now, technically, I was half an hour late. So, I am not going to quit on time. I am going to quit half an hour late. But that was absolutely not y'all's fault. So we are going to do the giveaway. Let's go ahead and start doing the text. So Ty's going to tell you what to type, and he's going to be doing all the things. Make sure you're following, because you do have to be a follower to win. I'm going to start working on his crystal. And because I want it to be really bright yellow and oranges, I'm going to do a base coat of bring it to white first. And I will use my primer for that, just because it's a primer. That's what it's made for. But Ty's going to give you text. You're going to have to type that in. We're going to make sure everyone has a chance to enter that text in. And then we will draw a name. Almost got that little stupid fly. Wish it would just land in my paint and then it would die. And as always, the only people who are ineligible for the drawing would be Azumi Walker and Zombie Cora.
So you see Forest Owl, all one word. That's what you want to type in if you want to enter to win
A surprise mini.
a mystery giveaway.
Yes. Like, it's actually a mystery because I don't even know what's in it.
Tech Priest Majora says, why draw a name when you can draw comics? I can't draw comics. I can't hardly draw my name.
And I will do...
Lushigo is around. Hopefully they heard the story earlier about the package.
Yes. If not, Lashigo, your package is ready to go out the door, but it is stuck because post office closed. Stuff happened. And I don't want to relive the... and I will do a glow effect from this gem as well. But I want to go ahead and take care of the giveaway because technically I'm supposed to be done at 8:30. So if people had plans, they need to be off by 8:30. You don't miss out on being here for the drawing for sure.
Yeah, we'll give everybody a couple of minutes to enter.
Figured I'd get my base coat of white on here, and then I'll start pulling the boxes up here. And that will give everyone a little bit of time. So in Discord, Ty did put a image of what is in these boxes. And they should all be photoed. I think there was one that missed being in the photo because it was being bad. I won't explain that.
I'll explain it. It wasn't in the tray.
It was in the tray?
No, it wasn't. I didn't take it out of the tray.
Well, it wouldn't fit in the tray. It was sitting next to the tray.
I was hoping that the pole was just behind. I'm not sure why the doggone thing doesn't.
And we'll get that one figured out. We got the music figured out now, so that's the next step. I'm going to do the same thing with his eyes. Just put his eyes to white so that I haven't... Well, I was thinking I was going to do his eyes all yellow, but I might actually just do a proper dragon eye instead. They're not that tiny. I mean, they are tiny, but they're not small enough that I wouldn't be... Okay. Oh, actually, Regina, this would be a really good example of what I was talking about the other day with eyeballs. So rather than trying to be all neat and pretty with the eye, let me flip over because I already got that one. Simply taking, I gotta find the damn thing, getting the whole thing white. And this is obviously more than what his eye is. But coming in and getting a nice clean layer, which I'm having trouble doing at the moment, like this, and then using the other color, the brown, and coming back under that eye and over the eye where it shouldn't be white, using that instead, is way easier than trying to do what I just did on that side. Especially for beginning doing eyes. It takes a lot of the stress out of it. Okay, I am going to start bringing boxes up so you guys can see, but I want to make sure. I guess you guys are okay with not having... I mean, if there gets a little paint, it's just more authentic, right?
Just a reminder, as we're getting closer to that time, if you haven't followed, go ahead and follow, and then enter Forest Owl, all one word, into chat now, because we're going to be choosing the winner very soon.
So right now, they're all here, so we don't need to worry about the being able to see the numbers exactly, but I just wanted to show you a couple. They're all literally numbered. So whoever wins is gonna tell us a number, and we're gonna take that box and put it by the door and put an address label on it tomorrow. Number 4. Number 2. It was funny because I think Cora took a picture of it. They had them all lined out up on my office floor so that they could make sure they had all the numbers. There's 6. There's 5. There's 1. And that's your time limit, guys. When I get the last one out and on the desk, we're going to roll it. It's 12.
Yeah, there's a lot of folks that I'm not sure. They may just be listening in the background, but
11. Hey, everybody. Hey, giveaway. You want a box? Pay attention.
You're driving that camera insane.
That's number 19. Number 20. Oh, and the really fun thing is basically I'm trying to cheat my way into our 100 viewers, right? Or 100 followers. So what we're going to do is give away one of these every day until we hit our 100 viewers. Followers. Damn it, Regina. When we do that, say that I've got 12 of these left to give away. I will literally give away every single one that we have left when we are at 100 followers. If we have any left. I hope we don't have any left. Number 15, 13, 14, 16 took a dive. Number 9, number 17, and number 10 are all here. Yep. Ty is trying to verify phone call, so he will be here in 1 minute.
$145.00 resin. Oh.
So that is literally all of the boxes at the moment. We had some issues with online purchases today. So the bank called to make sure that everything is good. So, but yeah, it's fine. It's nice because it's delaying us right now, but it's really cool that our bank is being like super, super careful. Did you already hit 1, baby? My nose is tickling. I can't actually reach the button to hit the button, so. I think he's almost done.
I'm going to have to add my phone number back in because I just accidentally opted out at the end of it.
Okay. All right, so we have them all out. Drum roll as Ty hits the button, which we're not going to actually do a drum roll because these will fall. What did I just say?
I had to go against what you said. Here we go. And the winner
Yay,
is
Max!
Max Universe.
Okay, Max. What number do you want, honey?
Yes.
That's not a number.
There's a delay. Goober.
13. Yay!
Oh, that's my favorite number.
That's like our household favorite number. Look at it. It's right here.
Congratulations.
Okay. Cora Lou, take number 13 for Max Lou.
That was the first one that was numbered. That's how much we like the number 13.
Puppy
Oh, hi,
Cam.
puppy.
Puppy Cam. Puppy Cam.
He's kind of very much not having it.
Okay, guys. So number 13 is gone. Yay! So we will continue giving these away. We will continue giving these away until they're all gone. But like I said, I'm running. Didn't even get me.
You jumped. I saw you.
I was like, wait, what was that? But it didn't like make me throw anything. I do. Okay.
Turn it up.
Is everybody listening?
Yeah, you can't tell.
They don't move. I have no idea what's in any of. I mean, I know what's in all of them, but I don't know which one is which. So Max, you could have something to paint. You could have something already done and painted. But that is the drawing for tonight. So if you have to run, I completely understand. I am definitely going to keep working on my dragon. I probably won't finish him tonight, to be honest, which makes me very, very sad. But we'll see. But I have an amazing base, and that is like super, super awesome.
And we could do Sunday, maybe.
Maybe, yes.
Dorky Down says, hiya, hello. And
Hi, Dorky. You literally missed the drawing by like
Missed it? By
2
much.
minutes. I'm so sorry you missed it.
Tech Priest Majora says, I don't advise running. Too much like work. Agreed.
Agreed. Very much so. I don't run. I don't have to run, so I don't run. All right. So let's get our nice... But that's okay, Dorky. It's okay that you missed it tonight because we have all of these to give away as well.
Yeah, what are there 20 total?
There's 19 now.
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
But each one is numbered. Like this is number 8. So in our Discord, you can see what the possible things are in there. But until we're done, we're going to give away one. Thank you. We're going to give one away every Tuesday night until we hit our 100 followers. When we hit our 100 followers, if we have whatever we have left, will be given away all that night. But yeah.
Darky says, "Oh man, yay! The dragon looks so cool." Sunburn says, "You have an amazing base." Dorky
Yes.
says, "Dang, that's wild. I'll
It's
try to be here more often." Yeah, we're gonna do it for a little while.
yeah. It's my way of trying to cheat into 100 followers because I so badly want to give away that big giant mini. We haven't even picked what giant mini it's going to be yet, but I have so many to pick from that I'm desperate. You guys need to let me give things away, which means you need to make your friends come and follow so that we have our followers.
Sunburn says, "I got the attack of the sleepies." I get that.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I said, I was late tonight, so I just wanted to make sure that you guys were on time, so we're going to do the giveaway, and then I'm going to go back to painting, so. Yeah, but this is my nice summer dragon. I'm just I've got a lime green going over here and just dry brushing the leaves to give them some brighter areas.
I'm gonna bump through some things real quick. Then.
Yes.
So.
Oh, that's cold.
Tomorrow evening at 6:30 U.S. Central Time, Cora is going to be painting a dragon head on a shield, like a mounted dragon head. That was the first 2,000 points that were spent last week to alter the stream, and then they can also only use. I think this was from points as well.
Yes.
They can only use shades of white and purple to complete that project tomorrow.
So this is literally Cora's tray. This is, well, I took the white out of it, but this is the only colors that they will have. It attacked my dragon. It died.
Did it break something?
No. Oh, it did! It broke a leaf off. Death to you. So these are the only colors that Cora will have on the entire stream. This will be sitting within reach. And normally we have like our whole like painting tray that you can see the top shelf here, but it's 3 shelves. So and it rolls around. So that's what you see me and Cora reaching over to all the time is this. But that is not even going to be available. That's going to be over at our other painting area. A leaf died. I'm so depressed.
Tech Priest Majoris likes the beard cam. Says hi, Ty. Hello. Yeah, and I can switch it out for a prettier picture whenever I need to.
Where's the prettier picture?
That's what I just brought up.
No. That's ugly. Go back to beard cam. See, that's pretty.
Prettier than your face. Dorky accidentally meant to put a period, but accidentally put a question mark there. Sawdust says, "Hey y'all, hi Sawdust. You just missed it too. Just missed the giveaway."
But that's okay, because you come back next Tuesday.
Tech Priest Majority says beard cam is better. I like comedies too, so I understand where you're coming from. Dorky Dino says the question mark was very intentional.
You know what? I feel bad. Okay, so look, we're going to do, because like you guys popped in right at the end and you missed the giveaway. So what we're going to do is tomorrow on Cora's stream, we'll do a giveaway as well.
Oh, okay.
So Cora will get to run that giveaway. Same thing. You'll pick whoever wins. We'll pick a number. We'll pull that from the box. And that will go out the door to you.
This is what I'm doing tomorrow.
Oh, yes. This is what Cora will be painting.
Only purple and white.
With only the purple and the whites that I was showing earlier. Is that not like the coolest thing ever? I love this guy.
Sawdust has been flying all day.
Where are you coming in from?
Dark.
This is why I sprayed it green. Because can you imagine me sitting here trying to get all of these little tiny leaves green? Not gonna happen.
Sawdust says Baltimore, but we redirected to Houston due to weather.
Yeah, Nick is coming home toward the end of this month. And that was one of the things that the airline was like, look, we know you want to fly back out on the 2nd, but the only flights available on that day go through Denver or through Chicago. You're likely to get stuck there for a day, which means you'll be back to base late. So he's going to fly out on the 1st instead of the 2nd.
Boo.
Which really royally sucks. One of the people I was talking to, she was super sweet and super helpful. But she was kind of a dingbat. Because I was like, she's like, well, is there any flexibility with when he can fly? I'm like, no, he's in the military, so he's got this date that he can go. That's it. And she goes, well, what if we flew him out, 2 days later? I'm like, well, then he loses 2 days of his vacation. She's like, well, that's not that big of a deal. It's just 2 days. I'm like, they get 2 blocks a year where they get to leave. So, yeah, it is. We haven't seen him since the summer. And she's like, oh, well, why is that? Is he just too far away? I'm like, he's in the army. She's like, oh, I didn't realize that. I'm like, I asked for a military discount, woman. And like I said, I feel bad making fun of her because she was super, super sweet and helpful. And I mean, she was just going above and beyond trying to help me. She was a dingbat. I don't really mind dingbats when they're sweet like that, but good Lord. It's funny because Ty was streaming yesterday. And Sir came in here and plopped down right next to where Ty's sitting now, which is where I was sitting. He just plopped down and laid down and kind of laid there for a little bit. Now that it's my stream, he is pacing. Going tick, 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 tick.
He wasn't happy about my stream either.
He wasn't happy, but he was much more relaxed.
He's the opposite relaxed right now.
Yes. Well, I think Cora's also throwing stuffies around. Stuffies are his stuffed animals. I think you guys have heard me refer to those quite a bit. Dry brushing heaven. I keep finding random supports. I knew I would too. That's why I brought my clippers. That's kind of awesome.
Gamers in the Unknown, for those of you that don't know, is myself and Jake from Parlor Gaming. We take a paranormal creature, like last night's episode, we worked on
Nessie!
Loch Ness Monster.
Which was a lot of fun to paint.
We go over kind of the stuff that, maybe a lot of you know if you're interested in the subject, and maybe not if you don't really pay attention to it. We go over some of the highlights, I guess you could say, of research or reporting or stories, things like that. And then we do what we call Game It. We talk about how we would use that creature or that event or that place, whatever that paranormal thing is. We talk about how we would use that in our own tabletop gaming session.
In other words, how to kill Dawn and Max and Cora and Lashik Games. I'm having trouble saying your name, I'm sorry, but you know who you are and I feel you. I love you.
Lashigu Games.
Lashigo Games. You're gonna die with us. I know I did. But if we really want to talk about it, we can talk about Basilisk as well. Sorry, Jake.
Basilisk.
I know! I finally got Quetzalcoatl. Basilisk is going to take me that long to get as well.
I can't decide if you just said that wrong or not.
I did not. I said it right. Just lost a leaf.
Say it again.
Quetzalcoatl.
I swear it sounds like you're saying Quetzalcoatl. It's Quetzalcoatl. You were, weren't you?
I don't like you anymore.
That's still not right. That's what Jake said. Quetzalcoatl.
They make me sad, guys. They're so mean. You know, it's not really fair when they have these massive, complicated freaking names to nitpick at me.
Disagree.
Well, you know what?
What?
I'm going to have cinnamon rolls. You know what you're going to have?
Cinnamon rolls?
Diddly squat.
Is that as sweet as cinnamon rolls?
Imagine a cinnamon roll burnt to a crisp, covered in mud, and then stomped on. That's what you're getting.
Why am I being punished for your mispronunciations?
No, you're being punished because you're making fun of me.
Just trying to help you say it right.
I know. And I do try, I really, really do. But they're not simple names. I mean, basilisk is...
You got it.
But you know how, like, you start saying a word a certain way and you don't know you're not saying it right, so you just get in the habit of saying it that way? And then it's breaking that habit of saying it the way you know how to say it. Even though you don't know how to say it. But you didn't realize you didn't know how to say it. Until it became an everyday life kind of conversation. Because, I mean, seriously, like, who in their normal day-to-day life is talking about a basilisk constantly? Nobody. Except, well, yeah, gamers. Well, and Harry Potter fans. You do too. I only know that because I am a Harry Potter fan, so.
I don't think that's right.
What?
The coat, at least when I find pronunciations, it definitely pronounced the like coat, like the English word coat.
It's too cold for you to stand out there. Get in here.
Keeping warm with a cup of cocoa.
They're barefoot outside.
It's fine. I have cocoa.
But that's the thing too, is it even that's not even, it doesn't seem to be the problem you have with the word. It seems to be the middle of the word. Hello, Cora.
Hello. I have cocoa. So I'm fine.
They do. But
Spill
you
it
still
on
can't
me.
stand outside.
I'll spill it on you if I want to spill it.
If you spill it on him by that computer, my stream will die and your stream won't happen.
I don't know if that's how that works. I wouldn't spill it on the computer, and even if I did, it would only hit the keyboard, which wouldn't kill the stream, just kill his keyboard. At which point, you can borrow mine until I find a new one. To stab you.
It's a whole lot of talking, but if you spill anything near my desk, your stream is canceled. Just saying.
I need my fire lizard yellow.
The streaming. Dawn, why you slap the sharp?
Because Dawn's an idiot. Thought that was kind of fucking obvious.
Is that what happened?
Yes. There's a little fly flying around here, and it's driving me incredibly, batty. So I went to slap it because it was right here, and the sharp tool was right there as well. I know, so smart.
Oh, we also, I mean, we're I know we're still in December, but we talked a little bit, so I guess we have some loose plans for January, maybe having some extended streams with some guests over.
Yes. And a gauntlet has been thrown down.
That's going to be fun, and everybody's going to vote for.
Not me. I know.
Yes.
It's okay. I am totally fine with losing.
We are totally fine with you losing.
Okay.
Oh, that reminds me, because I didn't say it last night. I don't know why. But me and Jake were talking about we need to figure out cons for next year.
Yes.
The last 2 years were fairly easy. There just weren't that many.
No.
But I guess we're going to go back to the goal of at least one a month average for the year.
If we can make it out of the house that much, that would be awesome. But at this point, Christmas orders for... I don't know what it is.
It says convention season.
But, like, people are freaking amazing. And there are so many orders on my shop or my Etsy page for minis. And some people, like, I can see that they're buying and they, like, legit mark it as a gift. I'm like, you people are amazing giving these gifts, because I don't know who you are, but you're amazing. And whoever you're giving it to, they need to freaking appreciate you, because damn. But I can see, like, the order I got today, I see a whole campaign laid out in front of me. And damn, I'm glad I'm not involved in it. Because no. They bought 3 different kaijus.
Regina says, I want you at Archon, please.
Oh,
we'll,
yes.
We'll definitely be at Archon.
Yes.
This Cora and I didn't get to go this year, but
Yeah, Cora.
Unless something else comes up, we should be there this year.
Yeah.
Or next year, rather. Damage Micro, that's Jake says, it's why we need to do more cons, because people buy the things. They do.
They do.
We do. We do buy too many things too. That's why we go to the cons, so we can afford our con habit, which is like the snake eating itself, that graphic.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, is like, I've had Christmas presents hidden away for months now that I got for people at the convention. The last couple of conventions, I've snagged a couple of really amazing Christmas presents.
Yeah,
and
where are we hiding those again?
A really, really awesome Christmas, well, not a Christmas tree, a really, really awesome tree that is living underneath my TV on the front, in the living room. Well, same place I always hide them, sweetheart. Under my dead body.
Is that what I'm getting for Christmas?
Oh, boot up your ass? Yes.
Well, this has a secret compartment that is the size of the house that she just hides everything in.
Damage Micro says, I actually know what those are.
The boot up your ass?
No, the gifts that you bought.
Yes.
I was there when Dawn kept stopping at an artist booth and wouldn't go eat dinner.
You can do your happy dance. I kept our tradition. One of the things, and you have to know that it's not a spoiler even. One of the things that we do at every single convention we go to is we buy a piece of artwork. One is what we're supposed to do, but we have plenty of wall space, so we like to decorate our house with artwork from conventions. It fits us. Look how pretty. All those little shades happening. Okay. Now while I've got my fire lizard yellow, get that heart done.
He says, yeah, all my Christmas gifts from cons I already gave to people before Christmas. It does me no good to buy it early because I can't hold on to things. I'm like, you gotta see this.
Yeah. That happens a lot to us. But this year, I think, because Ty and Cora weren't with me, that I was able just to put it away and knock it off out of my mind, so I didn't even worry about it. And I just remembered the challenge that Jake had put down last time.
Last time, what?
That if I used my hand as a paint palette, then I needed to make it pretty.
Oh, yeah. And we're already over, so you just caused a bunch of trouble.
Yeah.
Troublemaker.
Okay. Here we go. Dragon breathing fire as it flies away. See, it's flying this way and the fire's coming out that way. Trying to get the wings in there. Hold on. It's Jake's fault.
So, this one.
Kind of an abstract dragon, but there you go. Dragon flying, breathing fire, so the fire's coming backwards. There you go, Jake. It's decorated. Does that work?
The ancient dragon Abstraki.
There you go. All right. I'll come back and clean this eye up. If I get the paint I need.
He says, yeah, sure, I don't remember what we were talking about, though.
Basically, you were saying, like, I keep getting paint all over my hand, so you said the next time I put paint on my hand, I need to make a painting on my hand with it. So, I just did that.
Hand mural.
Hand mural. I can't do it. I can't, because I put it on my hand, I can't, like, twist it so you guys can see it. I can see it perfectly.
You're so bad at that.
Yeah, I know. I don't really care, though.
So, all right, I think he remembers now. So, what do you guys think of the video, the animation playing at the overlay? We talked about it on Sunday, but I know not as many people get it on Sundays. Cora and I went out and we've got a whole bunch of the painted minis from. I mean, we have more painted minis than this. This is just painted minis from. Not, I say us, but not me, from the family. And just filled the table up with a bunch of them. Video going around in the backyard.
I like the fact that it's painted by me, by Nick, by Cora, and by Izzy. So it's like legit all of the kids plus me. It's green highlights on the leaves on him too. Yeah, unfortunately, we're still quite a ways away from finishing this. Because I just have the base brown on him.
Well, like I said, if you think you have time on Sunday, we could set up a show. I mean, we already have it scheduled. It's just, always have something, especially right now.
Well, I mean, we could do... I mean, I could spend an entire another stream on him alone. We could do that, or we can do finishing up some of the other ones that I've got going. You know, doing another clear my shelf of shame spot. Because believe it or not, I've got another shelf of shame. But yeah, it really just boils down to where we're going to be at on orders and things like that. Because I'm going to go make cinnamon rolls. And this is over. And that's going to be 45 minutes before that's done. And then it'll be time for going to lay down with said cinnamon rolls. Oh, spiky little bastard. And watching Ghosts, because I've talked about it too much. Now I have to watch it. Oh, no, we could do Midnight Mass.
Yes.
Yes. Still Ghosts. Just not.
It's ghosty-ish.
Yeah. It's Ghosts from the
It's
past.
Ghosts. We don't even know what the hell it is yet. We haven't watched enough of it yet. Spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah, because we'll just stop streaming if anybody puts in a spoiler, because I can't stand spoilers. Is that his busy bone that I just found with my damn feet?
No, that is a bottle of paint.
That's the stupid paint that broke my dragon. And my heart.
What?
Yeah, because I want to be able to come back and... Like, there's a lot of limbs inside the leaves on his wings that are just solid green. I need to get those to brown as well. So, yeah, he could be an entire another stream. But not Tuesday's stream, because Tuesday we are painting Christmas ornaments, which are going to be freaking amazing, guys. I am so excited about those. Did you guys announce yet what is coming up for Gamers in the Unknown next?
No, because
Ooh.
we have to decide.
Yay.
You're saying, oh, because you know what we're doing 2 times from now, which we're not going to mention yet, but I'm actually looking right now at options. Go ahead and announce the plan if you want, Ty. Well, so, like I said, we're not sure what we're going to do next Monday yet, but following Monday, we know what we're doing. I'm not sure if you're telling me I can say what that is yet. But the plan is that's going to be it, the last stream for Gamers in the Unknown for the year. And then we're going to take off for the holidays, but we'll be back at it on the 10th of January, I believe is what that ends up being. Yes, that should be the 10th. But that way we can get through the holidays, visit with family and stuff like that. Be back at the paranormal bliss again.
Yes.
I have a friend asking if we can print out some larger files for them because they're too big for their file. For their printer, rather.
Regina says, I have almost finished my first fairy empress. She's really close to complete. Oh, that would be so amazing. I am so looking forward to seeing her.
Nice.
I don't know what you're reading from or asking me, baby. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't. He says he has the files. Can we print them out if he pays us for them? I think they're larger. It's a large. I don't know what the item is.
Who?
Oh, Scott.
Oh. Depending on the size, yeah, that'd be fine.
I mean, it's depending on the size until April, and then we should be able to do it.
Yeah. Once we get to April, all bets are off. Everything should be printable.
Did you mention what we decided today?
No, I have not.
I don't know if we should.
No.
I don't know if anybody cares. We're if anybody cares, we're gonna get another printer. And I hope that I'm saying this again in a week or two. That would be amazing. That business would be picking up that much.
Well, like I said, people are going crazy for the miniatures that we have and getting amazing gifts. And like I said, the one that came in today, without even speaking to this person that ordered I can see the entire campaign that they're participating in, probably participating in because of the fact that they got it as a gift. So my guess is they're giving it to the DM, which I'm just saying, not smart, dude. Just not smart. Mm-hmm. Not unless you're done playing. Based on what the hell you bought, you're done playing.
Jake says, now I can watch the stream fully. Sawdust Dragon says, March files bring April minis.
Well, we backed a Kickstarter back forever ago. It's not been forever. Where we're getting a printer that is twice the size of my large printer. So, like I was saying, the 50% scale of Tiamat, I can't print fully currently. When I get that new printer in, I will be able to print Tiamat at 100% as a full print. One piece. No assembly required. Although, to be honest, I'm a little terrified to try to ship that. Because, he's got a set of 4 wings. And could break. But what I'm wanting to do is the body and neck, head down to the tails, one piece, and then the wings as separate pieces. Sort of like what this dragon is, because it just protects it from being broken in shipping. But currently, we have 4 people, 4 sculptors that we are patrons of that allows us to try to pick a dry brush for the glow effect. So, 4 different sculptors that we have a commercial license to sell their prints. We have another one that we're not a patron of, but we have commercial rights to sell his prints, We have two that are not, that are like that. And then we have another one that we have commercial rights to sell for a year once the Kickstarter is fulfilled. So yeah.
Big.
Hello, Print Farm.
Yeah.
No, it was funny the other day. I literally came upstairs holding, because I have larger trays than this that I take downstairs, and that's what I set prints on whenever. And so all the pieces go onto that tray with the name of the person that, you know, all the information, right? All the good stuffs. And I literally was carrying up 2 trays that were 4 orders of dragons. And I walked upstairs and I'm like, Ty, I'm the mother of dragons. It's just like lately, really? That's all I'm printing is dragon, which I am good with because I'm awesome. All right, glow effect. Sorry, you probably can't see what I'm doing there. Trying to make sure I'm coming out from that, which is difficult to get with that brush. In that spot right there. Oh my gosh, it's 9 o'clock already?
It's 10 after.
See, this is what happens to me is I start painting. Lose all sense of anything other than what's the next step? What's the next piece of paint I'm putting on here? I'm going to get this glow effect and then I'm going to stop. And he will be put on one of the set trays I was just referring to, and we will finish him. The hope is we'll finish him on Sunday. I am not promising that as of yet, simply because I don't know with the Christmas rush to get everything out the door. I just don't know where I'm going to be on Sunday.
Dorky says it's therapeutic.
It is. It really is. It's just like it's getting in that zone. Look, as a mom of, well, you've got 2 now, right? You get it of you're constantly running, you know, of I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. You can't just sit and do one thing. But painting very much is sit and do one thing. Max gets it too, because Max is constantly dealing with the furry babies. Hell, even when we play, when we role play, half the time Max has got to keep themselves muted just because their cat doesn't want to be relaxed while we game.
Jake says Max is sleepy time right now. They want to feel the best.
Sorry. I'd be quiet. Well, when they wake up, give them my love and say, I hope they feel better. Dorky, you'd be so proud of me. I actually painted something with watercolors. I decided, screw it, and just literally sat down and said, whatever happens, happens. Watercolors are scary as hell. I'm just saying. Where's my tiny brush? There it is.
Jake says, Dawn, they can't hear you.
I'm being quiet.
So I'm proud of you for just letting go and experimenting. What did you think of it?
Well, I thought of what I've always thought of. Watercolor is freaking amazing. And my hat is off to anybody who uses it. It is a difficult medium to utilize, but damn, it's awesome. It's difficult to understand. For me, it's difficult for me to understand what is going to happen before it happens. But that's when I just decided, screw it, and just let it happen. I Bob Rossed it. And I literally was just like, whatever happens, happens, because all I need is a backdrop for while I'm painting a miniature. So if it looks like shit, it looks like shit. I don't really care. It can't look any worse than all of the wires and microphone stand and all this other crap right here. So who cares? If it looks like crap, fine. But it looked pretty cool. I was pretty happy. I think we put pictures of it in Discord, but I don't remember for sure at this point. Now what's going to really bring this gem to life is the white overlay, the white dry brushing that'll happen. Because that will give the lines back, because right now they're completely invisible. Ooh. I didn't quite read it all. What did she say?
Dorothy says, I'm glad you had fun with it. There's some amount of it that you really just can't predict.
It's an amazing medium. And I mean, I just did a landscape. I can't imagine trying to... Well, I struggle in the first place to paint anything that's not a landscape. But I can't imagine trying to make it be the character it's supposed to be. I mean, I struggle with that with regular paint, much less paint that just decides, well, I'm going to flow over here and make this. But that being said, it did just flow over here and make this, which made an amazing shadow that I was like, you know what? That looks really freaking cool. So I want to highlight that some more. I want to make sure that everyone else sees the shadow that just happened naturally. Now, if I had actually wanted to finish that, I'm like going to town on this. Normally I don't do glow effects like this, but because he has the broken up pieces coming out, I'm putting some highlights where I want it to really keep that yellow coming out, because it's just really freaking cool. Normally I just dry brush and leave it go, and that's it. But I'm being a little more particular with this one, because why not? That's one of the reasons I like to paint, or I guess technically draw with charcoal and chalk, because it seems like it just does the work for me.
Yorkie says, yeah, like you said, like Bob Ross says, happy little accidents. The rest just comes with time and practice. Is there any reason you don't usually do glow effects? Just because of time?
No, I love doing glow effects. I do them quite often. I normally don't do a glow effect like this. Normally I stick to the best glow effects that I've done have always been dry brushing layer after layer, but building, it's just like when you're doing a shadow where whatever is touching the closest part of that, the shadow is the strongest right here, and then it fades away as it gets further away. Well, a glow effect does the same thing. So right here is a really sharp yellow kind of thing, and then it fades off to a lighter, to a lighter, to a lighter, to nothingness. So normally dry brushing does that really, really well. but I'm using a fine-tipped detail brush. I mean, this is the brush that I used for his eye. So it's a very detailed brush. Normally, I don't go in with a glow effect for this amount of detail in it. But because of these cracks and crevices, it's just, it's Bob Rossing itself and looking really cool. So I want to keep going with it. It's sort of that when you see something happening wonderfully and beautifully, you just want to keep accentuating it. So that's kind of what I'm doing. But no, I love doing glow effect. Anytime I can justify putting a glow effect, I put one. But because it has these crevices, the glow could come out even more. Like this part right here, there's got some glow on there, but it really shouldn't. Not that far back anyway.
Dorky says, I see. Gotcha, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Multitasking. Here I'm trying to do your production stuff, and here I'm drawing with crayons.
That's okay, my love.
Dorky says, that's awesome.
I love playing with light and shadow, so glow effects and things like that are just a lot of fun. But normally I wouldn't go into the level of detail that I'm going for a glow effect. Like I just did a hash mark on that one. It's not really needed, but it was fun to do. I got it. Yes, I probably should have had you do it.
So now I know what Jake and I were just talking, so I know what we're doing Monday for Gamers in the Unknown. We're going to talk about Gorilla.
Oh. Gorilla always wins.
Not Gorilla. Gorilla.
I don't know what Gorilla is. You know, honestly, I thought streaming was going to be harder for me than it has been. Well, I mean, to be fair, I have a production person doing so much flipping work. So for me, it's just like sitting here and talking with my friends and getting to sit and paint. So, fuzzy. But like, if I'm not mistaken, Dorky, you run your entire stream while you're streaming. I have Ty sitting there running the stream, and also I can just sit and paint and he'll remind me, oh yeah, you got people talking, and I'll answer.
Yeah, Dorky says, yeah, you have a whole other person helping.
Yeah.
Yeah, lately I'm working on something with streaming, I think 4 out of 7 days a week, sometimes more if we're changing layouts and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like, Ty was streaming yesterday with Jake. Eyeballs, sorry. And I was sitting in the captain's chair running the show, but Ty has put so much work into getting all of his things ready for his show that I'm literally over there just pushing buttons and copying and pasting links in to chat when I need to. But I mean, I could be painting my fingernails over there. I mean, I wouldn't, but I could be. What did Regina say?
Fairy Empress is basically done. Pics in Discord. All
Yay!
right. I'm going to attempt eyes, but otherwise she's done.
That's so awesome. Eyeballs. It helps if you say eyeballs and then don't speak again. So many fights in our marriage when I first started painting until I realized all I had to do was tell him eyeballs. And then he would realize, stop, I hear you, but I can't talk right now. And see, that's one of the things that I really love about about streaming as well is it really does feel like that, you know, I'm kind of half inspiring people to pick up a paintbrush, and that's freaking awesome. But to know that like Regina is over there painting along with me it's like just being able to have all my friends over and painting together. It's kind of cool.
That looks great, Regina. That's really pretty. Oh, here, I'll show you.
Yeah, move it over there. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I love how you did the blue and the tips. The last time you showed me pictures, you just had the green to the white. That blue just brings it home. And you even have like strokes of purple back there too.
Nice.
That is so really, that's just... I know you were struggling with the crown. I think the gold looks really, really good.
I dig it.
I'm so happy. That is so freaking awesome. That is so awesome. But just for all of you to know for sure, Dorky is my inspiration for getting out watercolors. And if you haven't seen her work, go check that shit out. Seriously. I don't know if you can post links in chat, Dorky, but please, please, please. Because she actually streams too.
Yeah.
Put your...
Until we have issues, I've taken that off. You should be able to do that.
Okay, cool. So plug your stuff. Seriously. Oh, that's just water. Okay. I don't want to check out my base and see how he's doing. When you get a sec, babe. And I really don't know what it is you said you guys are doing. I don't know what that is.
Gorilla.
Yeah.
Heard of her a couple of times, but I don't want to give up too much. She's a Icelandic folklore.
I love it. Don't know it. Don't care. It's Icelandic. It's going to be fun as hell. Yeah, so there's Dorky's Etsy. Oh, just been too busy to stream? Is that what's going on? Because I've been slammed with Christmas orders. And that's actually why I didn't stream last Tuesday. I made it up on Sunday because I couldn't get away from getting the orders done.
Midwest Game Fest. Gosh, I can't wait till we can do that again.
Oh, just in the life... Yeah, I get that. Well, I mean, I don't anymore because I don't have little ones. I have grown ones. Like, I was getting ready for the stream and Cora was packing orders. So the older they get, the easier it gets, my dear. Okay. I'm going to stop because it is 9:30 now. I do want to see the base because I want to set him on his base again. Can I have the base, baby?
What?
The base. Well, yeah, you need to train them. I understand moving everything over to your own shop. It does make life easier. Etsy has their built-in customer base. Everyone goes to Etsy for these things, but it's also one of those that I'm actually working on a Ko-fi shop, and I'm quite happy with that process at the moment.
Yeah, the Ko-fi shop is actually for this show, this stream.
Yes. Okay, I'm not going to try to squeeze his hands into his little areas at the moment, but so we decided on the antler, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So this is going to... Damn, Cora! What the hell? You're not getting cinnamon rolls.
So quiet for so long.
Okay, so that's that part. Hopefully you can see that little owl up there. That's basically where he'll sit.
With regards to Etsy, Dorky says, yes, exactly. I did some annoying math and realized I'm practically losing money on Etsy. I think we actually did at the very beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, we figured out after the first day probably that we've done some things wrong here, and this can't be this inexpensive.
Yeah.
It's rough though with all those fees.
Another thing that a little bit annoys me with Etsy is I have trouble tracking all of, and I'm an accountant, I have trouble tracking where all of the exact fees are coming from.
That's a little weird.
Like, they're not very crystal clear on...
I think they're intentionally opaque.
Yeah. So, again, he still doesn't have... Cora got sawdust. So he still has some details to be worked on. Because, like I said, the bark alone, like you can see, compared to the base, the bark here is the same color as the rest of the dragon, but he definitely, the log down there looks really good versus kind of boring up here. So that has to change. But that's kind of how his wings sit. And I'm thinking, I don't know about you guys, right here kind of looks boring, right? Don't know how to fix it yet, but I'll be thinking about that. To see what because like he's even looking over that way. So I've got this big gappy non-fill area. No, we have already solved that. Mushrooms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't help me that most of my products are really low cost. Yeah. Yeah, it is really kind of hard. Like, the masks that I make are $7. So it's pretty inexpensive for a fabric mask. And then you discount all of the fees. And then whenever Etsy's like, oh, you should be part of our Labor Day sale. You should be part of our Christmas sale. We recommend 20% off. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm giving free shipping of anything of $35 or over. It's like, okay, I'm just basically giving these away at this point. So, and then trying to list one unique item is so hard on Etsy because it can just sit there for months and months and months. And then I have to keep paying to list it there, and it gets painful. So being able to put things like this on Etsy, on my Ko-fi shop, just make life so much easier on me. Because it's one and done. There isn't going to be two of these done. I may paint another one, like what Regina was suggesting was one for each season. I totally am down for doing that. But even if I say I'm going to paint another summer dragon, he's not going to look like this. He even with my intention to make him exact, he just won't. I can't do that.
Damage said Shopify and PayPal are our go-to at Parlor Gaming, which has been lucky enough for us. And then Dorky said it's a good way to take payments, but I'm definitely going to miss having the pre-built customer base on Etsy. That's true.
Yeah.
I've got one word, and yes, I know it's more work, but I got one word for people who are working on that sort of stuff, and it's Pinterest. especially visual things like we all do.
Yeah.
And then Dorky's going over, the fees and stuff that we've looked at many times.
So you get yeah, exactly like what Dorky just said. You get the 20-cent listing fee, then you get the processing fee, then you get the shipping fee. Mm-hmm. Did you catch those? Before you even buy a shipping label, there is a shipping fee that's 20, 30, 75 cents sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I specifically have in there that the customer's picking this up. This isn't even going to ship, but I have to pay a shipping fee regardless. And then I have to pay a fee for the shipping label. I have to pay the cost of the label, which makes perfect sense. But then I pay another shipping fee at the end of that one too. How does that make sense?
So then Jake's is fully understanding that we're lucky our stuff is print on demand generally. In fact, we went to just PDFs when not at cons, so we can't really complain either way. And for anybody using PayPal, I can't think of what the company is off the top of my head. They're just as easy to use as PayPal, and they actually have fewer fees. But I will look it up for anybody who's curious later. Dorky says, then add in the cost of shipping, materials, time spent taking photos, writing descriptions, titles, and tags, and physically packing the orders. Yeah. You lose all of that.
Well, and that's where I have a benefit over you, Dorky, and that sounds really mean, and I don't mean it to be mean. But I've got Ty who writes for me. I've got Ty who does photos for me. I've got Cora who packs for me. I've got Cora who helps me do this, do that. Cora and I will sit in the office and design things for hours and figure out exactly what we're going to do and how we're going to do it and all this other stuff.
But the point is still there that all has to be
takes time, exactly. But
done.
it's
and then the next point that they're making is that when you have a $7 cost like our masks or our keychains, then you take out fees and you're left with $5.99, shipping costs $3.42, left with $2.57 from that. 257 cents. Take out cost of physical materials, packing materials, time. And the sale happened to come from an ad. Take another $5 out. Yeah.
Here, Etsy, let me pay you for me to what? Wait, why? What is happening right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
I didn't even have the shipping fee in there. Right. Yeah. And don't think it's mean. You're acknowledging that help you have, which is awesome. Yeah.
But you've got two little ones coming up behind you that are going to help Mama. So you'd be surprised how quickly they can do it. But no, I mean, it is a pain. It is hard, but it is exactly what you're saying is like everyone goes to Etsy to buy this, to buy that, to buy this. They have this automatic customer base already. So it's like we have to get on Etsy, get people to fall in love with us, and then want our stuff so they follow us wherever we are, and that's why I'm leaving the miniatures on Etsy for you want it printed, that's cool, but if you want it painted, you got to come to my Ko-fi because I can't do. And also like that put me in a bind really quick where I was like, okay, a couple of these different miniatures have options for paint for, you can have it painted by me. And all of a sudden I had 12 commission jobs and I'm like, I can't even get all of these done. I had to, talk to people and like, look, I won't be able to do yours until after I'm done with this and this and this. They just all came in at once. And at least with Ko-fi, I have a better way of putting up my commissions where like, okay, now I'm actually available to do commissions again. And I can set them up to where like I can take on 5 commissions, not 12 happen in a week. Like I don't even know what the hell happened there.
Ricky has a Ko-fi shop too, but I haven't set up the shop yet.
I've basically got I can't think of a polite way of putting it. I got a wild hair up my ass one morning, and that's just I sat and did that for like 4 hours, and I had my shop kind of up and running with a few things on there. I actually just met our first goal, which was I'm gonna go on Amazon and buy a bunch of little baby rubber duckies, because Rubber Duck of Doom, right? So I'm gonna go buy a bunch of rubber duckies And every order that I have that is for miniatures is going to get a rubber duck with no explanation. I'm just infecting the world with rubber ducks. That's what I'm doing. So the next one is going to be, I'm going to create some stickers that are rubber ducks and Crypt Monkey stickers. And those will start going into every order. And after that, I need a big giant set of paints. And after that, I want to go to ReaperCon. And I want to come back with at least one medal. That's my big goal, is I want to go to ReaperCon next year. But anyway, I'm going to stop. Oh, look at our little tip jar. It looks so pretty. I hadn't actually looked at that. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to get off of here, guys, and I'm going to go make some cinnamon rolls, because that's going to take me about a half an hour, 45 minutes to make them. It's not too bad. The dough doesn't have to rise all that much, but it's okay.
Jake says, can I go with you and just be a cheerleader for you?
You can go
It's my job.
You can come with me, and you can carry my big fat head when I come home with a big giant medal. That's what's going to be.
He says, I want to go with you too. It should be fun.
We could make a road trip out of it, guys. We could literally just get everybody going.
I think you said it's around the time of Gen Con, though.
No. I said it's closer to our anniversary than Gen Con. Because Gen Con's in August. ReaperCon is actually Labor Day weekend, which is our anniversary.
Yeah, usually we go to Gen Con and we're like, let's pretend it's our anniversary now and spend way too much money.
Hey, you've gotten some really cool anniversary presents.
Yeah. I got 2 huge role-playing systems on 2 separate ears.
Not a book, a system.
The whole, like all the books.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it would be fun to do like full-on road trip, because like the tickets themselves are not all that expensive. I mean, they're comparable to like Gen Con tickets, I think. And some of their classes are fairly expensive, like way more expensive than, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, Dorky says, Andy goes, maybe you can travel together. And Jake says, see, Dawn, we got to coordinate with our con friends and see what cons we can all go together.
Because, yeah, I mean, when I looked up what it would cost to go to ReaperCon, it really was all about the hotel room. Those are fairly expensive.
Yeah.
So.
It's going to be expensive.
I mean, you could get some pretty cheap ones, but I'm old and fat and I want comfort. So I don't tend to go cheap on my hotel room. I want a good bed. And I want a fridge that doesn't toot in the middle of the night.
Dorky says we can even do Airbnbs and save money.
Oh, that is so freaking brilliant.
Yeah, go in on it together. That's brilliant.
Didn't even think about that. That would be so much better. So I was right. I said I was going to leave the milkshake sitting off to the side. And I'm kind of picking at the sides of it. And I already made one little log mushroom. What were they called again, guys?
Sunburnt's gone. I believe it was mushroom.
Yeah, I can't remember now. But yeah,
team road trip, Jake says.
Yeah. But no, I've been thinking about, doing kind of setting personal goals, because Ty and I have a lot of goals, but they're all business related. And I mean, that's not
separate
that. Well, that's what I was going to say, is we don't really separate the two, because we kind of live, eat, breathe Crypt Monkey. I mean, we'll literally get cup of coffee, and a cup of cocoa, sit around the living room and enjoy our nice quiet morning while we brainstorm 50 new things that we could make. I mean, that's just our day-to-day life is this. Go ahead, Daddy.
Regina said, eyeballs done and crappy pick on Discord. We'll see. We'll see. And it's a shelf mushroom.
Shelf mushroom. Thank you. So it is working for a shelf mushroom. I'm fiddling while I'm talking about Etsy and cons and everything else.
Dorky says, I only did my first Airbnb recently, and the entire cost after splitting it with some people was less than 1 day at a hotel.
Isabella actually went to, our oldest, went to Kansas City to see some friends that she games with online. And she got an Airbnb, and she actually had the whole thing to herself, and she said it was amazing. They even had a puzzle set out for her, and she loved it. So that actually could really save us some money. But yeah, I mean, I was telling Ty, I'm like, I thought about, well, maybe we could fly down, but the fact is I want to take competition pieces. And no, I'm not shipping that shit. It would literally, the only way I would take it on a plane is if it had a seat next to me. Boss. I love it. Can you click the picture? I'm looking weird because I'm looking.
Yeah.
I love the gold lips. That is phenomenal.
Yeah, I dig that.
I would say that is a crappy picture. I can't actually tell if the eyeballs are good or not. But they look, from the it is a fuzzy picture, but it looks like you got them. It looks like you did good. I just can't get over the polka dot basically inside of this piece right here. I love she's a flower opening up, so it's not really wings. It's more, it looks like a wing, but it's a piece of a petal. But I lost the piece I was working on. Oh, there it is. No, it was just on the other finger. No, I think it looks really, really good, Regina. I love her. Yeah, sometimes it's really difficult to get those stupid things to focus. Yeah, that's part of the stress. That's the part that stresses me out with traveling for cons. How am I going to get my products there? Yeah. That's when, having a van really kind of comes in handy for us. But we are actually at capacity. What we bring now is all we can actually fit in my van. We are at the point where we're going to have to look at getting a bigger vehicle if we develop any more products.
Jake's telling me don't worry about reading the message in Discord yet. I saw how big it was. I closed it for now so that I don't get too drawn in.
I am putting a shelf mushroom on. Ah, you stupid head. Really, I've never actually used the glue to do this, but it's working. Pretty much the same as clay at this point because I let it kind of set up a little bit. But I'm basically just using the 2 toothpicks to kind of smash it in. One toothpick is bracing while the other is pushing in where I want it to be. Hopefully you can see that. All right, that's a little better. And then, like I said, it might fall off in the night, but it'll settle, and then I can glue it back on without much of an issue at all. But yeah, I think, see how cute those are? I've only done 2 of them, but I think having a little group of mushrooms kind of coming around and trailing around, and I'll probably just do the bottle cap ones. I don't know if that's what they're called, but everybody knows them. And when you're doing something,
White cap, like
the button ones, yeah, but the ones that are red with the white dots, the ones that everyone puts when they're making a fairy house, because it's so universally identified as a mushroom.
All because of that smoking caterpillar sitting on one, right?
Yeah. So it's just one of those things that it being so easily identified as a mushroom, when I have something this tiny where I want a mushroom to be, using that color combination, if anybody's a little unsure of what it is, they immediately know what it is and I can not worry about it. Okay. I'm going to shrink down because I'm going to put one inside the log too. And that's another thing. Depending on what the doctor says on Thursday, that might determine whether I stream or not. If they say, you need to take a break, let your hands heal, then I'll probably tell them F off. But ain't nobody got time for that shit. But realistically, if they do say that, then Sunday is kind of, because there's no post on Sunday. That is a good time for me to do the break if I need one.
Agaric mushroom is what Regina says. It's the red one.
Thank you.
Dorky says it's the Mario mushroom.
Yeah, it's the Mario mushroom. But it's so identifiable that it doesn't matter how small or how big it is. If somebody sees something in the grass that is red with white dots, they immediately go mushroom. So when I have to go tiny, tiny, tiny detail, taking something and using the most widely known version of it just makes your life easier. There we go. But yeah, some of it is too wet to use still. Some of it is just the right amount, but I'm literally taking a ball and flattening it and then using my toothpick to pick it off my glove. And then that flat end right there is where I stick it onto the log. Super simple. You can see it takes me more time to get it on the log than it does for me to get it made. Your tail is in my way. Here, sweetie. Deco. I said I was going to get off, and then I started making mushrooms because I noticed there was a big boring gap.
It's 10 till 10, just so you know.
I think what we're going to do is make cookies instead of cinnamon rolls because cookies are a lot faster to make. Mainly because when I make cookie dough, I make a bunch and then I put it in a Tupperware in the fridge. So then all I have to do is scoop out a couple of scoops of cookies and bake it. It's ready to go. I am all about the cheating. Get off! This one doesn't want to stay on the log. I'm going to stop fiddling and nitpicking at every little thing because I also have, where's my tweezers? These little itty bitty baby leaves. Oh, I got it. So I actually, sounds like I'm planning ahead, not cheating, pretty much. I call it cheating because I really didn't plan ahead. I just make it up on the fly. I was making, I don't know if anybody here played WoW, World of Warcraft online.
Oh, I'm sure a few people played that.
But if you did, you know what the druid bear from looks like in the bear form.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes. So Ty played a druid bear, or he played a druid, and he was a tank, so he was always in bear form. So for his birthday, I made him a druid bear cake that was literally standing on all four. And as I was just finishing putting together all of the icing, and I mean, I was piping each, little tuft of hair on there. I was a treat. My name was actually Foliage as well. It was kind of awesome. So like finishing putting all the fur on this damn thing and step back and look at it, and like from the shoulder to the front of the leg down to the toes just went plop. And I just kind of sat and stared at it. I'm like, well, I don't really know what to do now. Shit. That's not what I did. But Sunbaran was standing there looking at me, and she looks at the cake and looks at me, and she goes, I'm going to the store, I'm buying Rice Krispies. I'm like, I love you. And she comes back with a bucket full of Rice Krispie treats. We start ripping the packages opening. She's ripping open packages and throwing them down, and I'm smashing them in and making them shape the missing chunk of chest, because it took a part of its chest as well. And I'm repiping on the fur really quickly. And I finish that last little thing, and then Ty pulls up in the driveway. I'm like, yes, we fixed it. So
That's pretty amazing.
I don't really call it planning ahead. I call it fly by the seat of my pants. And fuck it, something's gonna work. But we do have, and like I said, I got this on Amazon. And it is like the perfect size for miniature leaves. And I sat there and we've got plants over here. I can get my hand in there. There we go. Plants over here that I took some dead leaves off of. We've got a plant over there that had some dead leaves. So I just pruned our household plants and then grabbed a couple from outside and stamped them. So we've got some leaf litter. That's not leaf litter. We've got some leaf litter that we'll be adding to the base, and we've got some mushrooms that we'll be adding to the base. But other than that, we have an owl to paint. We have sticks to paint. So...
Gina says creativity and ingenuity.
Yeah.
Inspiration.
And a touch of desperation. Yes, always. I also have some of this forest litter that looks really cool that I'll probably add a couple of pieces to the base. But I know that I spent a lot of my time tonight on the base, but I'm glad I did, because this is normally something that I just kind of whip up off the side. And you guys don't really ever get to see me do that part. So there's a lot of work to be done on the dragon, but I'm loving him. And I love this. His little gemstone looks so awesome. Nice little glow effect. But that's going to be it, guys. I'm going to go and get some chocolate chip and raisin oatmeal cookies. Not all in the same. It's 2 separate cookies. It's just fun, isn't it, Regina? I love the base work. I really do. There's been time after time where Cora and I have talked about where, like, Cora can do the mini and I'll just make the base, because I just love doing it. I really do. You're most welcome, Dorky. And don't forget to try to pop in tomorrow night for Cora's stream. Toward the end of the stream, we're going to be doing another giveaway from the box of awesomeness. So, because you guys made me feel bad. Some of you guys missed it because you really popped in. I mean, you'd missed it by like 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes. I felt so bad. So we're going to give one away again tomorrow night. But that's going to be it. I'm going to go have cookies and milk. And